Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from PhoneBunch and welcome to our full review of the Coolpad Note 3 Lite. First, let's get the specs out of the way. So you have a 5-inch HD display, quad-core MediaTek processor, 4G LTE support, 3 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard storage, and yes, a fingerprint sensor there too. If you look at the build of the device, you will find the audio jack at the top, the volume rocker on the left, and the power button on the right, just where everything should be. Moving to the back, you have a 13 megapixel camera, LED flash, noise cancellation mic, and that brilliant fingerprint sensor. Now this is a dual SIM 4G LTE capable device and you can expand that internal storage as well. You have a 2500 mAh non-removable battery over here. Coming to the front, you have a notification LED, 5 megapixel front camera, proximity and light sensors, and capacitive buttons which don't light up. Now if we talk about this display, you have a 5-inch HD IPS panel with decent viewing angles and good color reproduction. It is quite visible outdoors as well, although the front panel is a bit reflective. Call quality was actually pretty decent on this device. We didn't face any major issues. However, network reception was just about average, but no dropped calls. You have Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth and USB tethering. GPS also did work just about fine. Now I know all of you are wondering how good is that fingerprint sensor at the back. So it's actually very fast and very accurate. It works more than 95% of the time and is just superb. Now if you talk about the rear camera as well, that is just about decent again. It's a pretty average camera. You have a pro mode available where you can control white balance, ISO, as well as manually focus on a subject. Then there are some filters and effects built in too. The front-facing camera again is just about decent, just like the rear camera. In good lighting, it does take good images, but when the lighting goes a bit off, you'll see that the images do turn out quite grainy and noisy. Now even in general, in good lighting, there is a bit of noise in these images. It's clearly visible. And the camera doesn't focus that well. Now there have been several updates that have come after we initially started reviewing the device, which has helped the camera a little bit. Color reproduction has become slightly better, but overall this is still a very average camera. It has some issues with autofocusing, there are some issues with exposure control, but if you give it a little bit of time, images generally do turn out quite alright. Now at ₹6,999 we really won't be complaining about the camera too much, but then again the Redmi 2 definitely still has a better camera than the Coolpad Note 3 Lite. Overall, the cameras are just about decent, not the best part about the device definitely. Low light performance is again quite below average. If we talk about audio quality, however, the included headsets are okay, but I would recommend getting your own pair if you want to listen to music. Audio quality through the headset jack was actually pretty good, the speakerphone is loud and FM radio is also supported. Now this phone is powered by the MediaTek MT6735 quad-core processor with 4G LTE capabilities, and this phone does perform quite well. 1080p videos played flawlessly, and even in general while browsing through the interface, the touch response from the display, everything worked out great. The software experience is pretty similar to what we have already seen on the Coolpad Note 3. There are some themes available, you can switch between the minimalist as well as the app drawer based layout. You can customize quite a lot here. And this one is running on Android 5.1 Lollipop, but we don't know whether it would be upgraded to Marshmallow. Now out of that 16 gigs of onboard storage, you will get about 11 odd gigs when you get the device. USB OTG is supported, apps can be moved to the external SD card, however app data is not movable. And then out of that 3 gigs of RAM, plenty was free. Multitasking is really great here. There are some features built into like glove mode, you have the dual window mode, double tap to wake, quite a lot of things. Now this is actually one of the most interesting parts of the user interface, the dual window mode which I was talking about. So you can use 2 apps simultaneously and it generally does work out quite well. There are a few bugs here and there in the user interface like with widgets and the dual window mode as well. but you can just use a different launcher to fix some of those bugs. Now in general too, the phone does perform well. Apps did open up quickly. Multitasking, as I already told you, was quite good. And even in gameplay, we saw that the phone performed quite well. It didn't heat up. There was minor lag in some of the higher end games, but that's expected. The battery life was also pretty decent. We were able to churn out about 3 to 3.5 hours of screen on time, so you can easily get through one full day of use with the Coolpad Note 3 Lite. Well folks, with that we come to the end of this review. The Coolpad Note 3 Lite feels great to hold in hand. The textured back cover makes a lot of difference. It makes the device easier to grip. The phone is built quite sturdily as well. You don't see any creaking anywhere. Now there are a few things that we would have liked. The cameras could have been a bit better, but then again you are getting quite a lot for about Rs 7,000. At this price point, it's real value for money. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, let us in the comment section, and as always, have a great day.